I feel like the talent shows like America's Got Talent, all those kind of like American Idol, all those shows, I feel like they give that average person, like look at Susan Boyle. Everybody looked at her like a joke, right? But even after everyone knew she was a good singer, the furthest she went was selling Christmas albums because she didn't fit the image, right? Yeah. Same with like people like,
Kelly Clarkson.
She's a great example. There's another girl who's a great singer. She did like rock band stuff, but because she didn't want to conform and she had more of like the Doors, Jim Morrison kind of vibe, which is not popular, it's like, yeah, she has her own following, but it's not radio following because it's not catchy.
It's not commercial.
It's not the summer or the song of the summer.
Yeah, it's not commercial stuff, right?
Yeah.
So it's branding once again, but it's kind of sad to see this because you have the young generation that's so much into their music. And these people become like multi-millionaires overnight.
Well, that's one thing I can say. I don't know if you guys have heard of Jelly Roll. He's probably one of the most underrated artists that actually just got recognized. Like his lyrics are phenomenal. He just did a collaboration with Eminem. But that's what it was. It was like when he wrote some of the songs he wrote, all his producers, everyone in on it said, all right, like this isn't going to go far. And he said, I'm not trying to make the song of the summer. I'm trying to reach people who can relate. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden that's the Billboard chart song is his song, right? Like he just got a Nickelodeon award. Like, and so people like kids are dressing up as him as like right now. So it's like, if it's not radio friendly or radio catchy, it's very rare that it's going to get on there. It's very rare it's going to get heard.
Yeah. And most of the stuff, it's rinse and repeat nowadays with music.
Don't tell me Lana Del Rey is copycatting.
I'm sure I can find stuff on her.
No, but I heard apparently she's waitressing right now at a restaurant. Yeah, there's people that like were video.
She tweeted?
I have no idea. Apparently she was waitressing at a restaurant. People don't know. They thought that maybe she was like studying for a role. Maybe she's going to be in a movie or something like that. But no, people were filming her working as a waitress at a restaurant.
What's really crazy, some of these followers for these artists, like Taylor Swift, for example, if you say something about her, they will like attack the shit out of you. Like, it's like, why do you have this person on such a high pedestal to begin with? Like, what is it about them that makes them this demigod?
See, like Taylor Swift, I don't understand. Like Pink, I like Pink. I think she's very authentic. Like she didn't sell out right away to labels. She sells out stadiums, but you don't see her everywhere because she's authentic, right? And I feel like people like Taylor Swift, it's about the image.
Or even Katy Perry, for example.
It's always about the brands, I think.
Yeah.
Like that's how they, make
they market
them
it.
to be.
They market it.
Yeah, it's like how do they want these little girls see her as like Taylor Swift, like maybe a goddess or something, and then they make her a goddess, so now everybody likes her, just like all these different people.
Just like the same thing they do with boy bands, right? So it's just a formula. Have that like New Kids on the Block and Sync, One Direction. It's the same formula.
Even the Beatles.
The Beatles were talented though.
Yeah, they were talented.
Beatles wrote their own music, wrote their songs. They had some incredible
Very
talent.
original.
Yeah. So I mean, I couldn't really compare them to New Kids on the Block.
You mentioned Katy Perry. She recently had a video song release that didn't do very well.
Well, one of the complaints that people are making is the producer that she's working with.
Right.
He was actually accused of sexual harassment with another singer, and I think more than one, and she still decided to work with him. So a lot of people didn't like that, right? Mm-hmm. And she's really like exploiting herself now in these videos, like wearing next to nothing and so on and so forth, where she wasn't doing that before. So she's like completely gone off the deep end. But she bangs, like she's one of the richest artists out there.
Fun fact, she has a cat called Katy Perry.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I like that.
And also, fun fact about the Beatles, everybody thinks that song, Strawberry Fields, is about drugs. It's actually not. John Lennon's mom used to run an orphanage, and the gates looked like strawberries on the top, like the iron gates, and they were painted red. And so, where the orphanage is in Britain, the gates kept getting stolen from, it was awful, but that's what the song is actually about, because his mom would work in the orphanage, and it was about his experiences working with the orphans and his mom.
Well, they have a song that's called Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, LSD, that's about acid, so that really is about drugs.
Yeah.
So they were definitely into,
But not all of them. I think you might have one or two songs about drugs, but it doesn't mean you have to
No, they had many songs, but they were always into hallucinations and, experimenting, the Beatles. I mean, the 60s are all, like, heavily
the
into
Yellow
drugs.
Submarine, was that?
Yeah. So guys like Led Zeppelin and Black Sabbath, all these guys were heavy into drugs.
I think,
And that brought out their creativeness as well too.
but I feel like Beatles was more like psychedelic drugs, whereas
Yeah.
like the Doors and stuff was more like needle drugs.
Yeah.
Huge difference.